Hi everybody, we're going to finish up the project on the Ford 960 today. I've been working on it quite a bit off camera. Got the rear fenders painted the front hubs, pressure washed it. So now I'm going to install some tune-up parts on it and we're going to wrap this up. I'm going to do these spark plug wires one at a time so I can keep track of which one is which and get the length right. So just a minute ago I came out here, removed the old distributor cap, rotor, and dust cover because I was going to replace the points and condenser, and I found electronic ignition in there. So that was a bit of a shocker to me. So of course I just left that in there, put a new dust cover on, new rotor, and a new cap. This new cap actually has a number 1 on it right there, which is very convenient because we know the rotor spins clockwise on this one. So this one's number 1, then 2, 4, and 3. This is number 2. This is number 4. If you didn't see the previous videos, the side of the cylinder head was yellow for some reason. So what could have happened is the original cylinder head was switched out with a different one, and that one just happened to be painted yellow by somebody. You know, it doesn't really matter what color it is, but I tell you what, just painting it red there really makes a difference to me when you look at the side of the tractor. That red just looks so much better. All right, this is done. New plugs, new wires, new cap, new rotor, and new dust cover in there. Now we're going to replace this ridiculously long water temperature sender. I don't know if this is like a homemade job or what, but we don't need one that's 20 feet long. We just need one that's like, 3 feet long. And we're going to try the old trick that we've done many times before of pulling the old one out and sticking the new one in without draining the coolant. She's really stuck in there. What the heck? That shouldn't be stuck like that. Hopefully I can get a pair of pliers and just pull it out, because if it corroded inside there, that's going to be a problem. Well, this is the first time this has happened to me. The probe is stuck in the side of the head, which is this right here. And I don't think I'm going to be able to get that out by just trying to pull the needle nose pliers or something like that. I think I might have to drain the coolant and drill that out, and then chase the threads in here with the tap, make sure they're still good. Well, I've been messing with this. I was able to drill a hole into the face of it because it's soft metal, and then I got an easy out in there, and I think I might be getting it. What we want, first of all, is for it to come out, but we want the whole thing to come out. We don't want any part of it to be left behind. Come on. There we go. Got it. And I got the whole thing too. Okay, I've got the gauge completely installed. Here it is up on the dash. And if you don't remember, we did install a new proof meter in one of those last videos as well. These two gauges are old, but they both still work, so we're good there. And tell you what, the side of the engine looks so much better than it used to, with the new spark plug wires and distributor cap and new spark plugs, and to get rid of that 20 feet of wire. Yeah, this tractor has really turned out to be pretty decent for just a quick budget makeover, you know. Of course, this would just look amazing if I went ahead and painted the rest of the torque tube and the engine red, but we're not going to do that. That's just too much for what I was planning to do with this one. We got the tractor for basically no money, right? So I wanted to keep the budget low on this one, see what we could do with not very much money. I haven't talked much about these fenders, but they were very banged up. There's lots of dents, lots of creases, lots of splits in the metal. So I did some quick hammer and dolly work. I welded up some of the cracks and I did a quick paint job on them. So just like the rest of the tractor, I was not looking for perfection with the fenders, but the little time I did spend on them, it turned out pretty good. And the fenders still have ripples and dings in them here and there. I didn't go too crazy on them, but you can see they turned out okay. So now for this project to come full circle, I want to fix this bent arm on this box blade so we can use it. It's just got this one whammy. You can see it's bent like that. And because of that, it changes the angle of the whole thing. So I want to try to bend this straight and then get it attached to the tractor, and then we'll wrap this project up. All right, we're gonna have to go with plan E here and see if we can get a bottle jack to get this thing to bend. Actually, I'll move it over here so you can see it better. All right, here we go. Well, it's definitely bending up. Let's try to release that and see if it springs down at all. I think if I move the jack out this way a little bit so it's closer to the edge, we might have better leverage. All right, here we go again. I moved it further out again. Kind of straight. Doesn't have to be perfect. Now my jack is starting to go askew. That's much better. That might even work. Let me check it out here. So in my defense, I think my plan A would have worked just fine if I hadn't run out of gas oxyacetylene torch. I would have heated this up cherry red. It would have been easy to bend. And you say, well, why didn't you just go get some more gas? Well, today's a Sunday. I live in a small town and the place that you get gas from is not open. So I just tried to make it work with what we had and eventually got it done. And here we are after about an hour and 15 minutes of hard work. We got this thing pretty straight. Straighter than it was anyway. So now that this is done, there's only one thing left to do. Now I have never had this connected to the tractor since I've owned it. When I bought both pieces at the other guy's house, the box blade was connected to the tractor, but the tractor wasn't running. So we couldn't lift the box or drive the tractor. So we had to disconnect the box and winch the tractor up onto the trailer and then drag the box onto the trailer with a winch as well. So I've never had it connected since the tractor's been running. The rear lift system seems to work as it should, but it's a different story when you got, you know, 600 or 700 pounds attached to it. So let's give this a try. At the very last minute, I painted the center of the rear hubs red to match the front because I like the red offset with the Ford gray, and those were just gray before, and now the rears have that same offset red to Ford gray. So when I first got the tractor, nothing worked on it. It was non-running condition. The paint was a mess, the hood was a mess. You remember that red and black tiger stripe nonsense that it had? I can't even remember all the stuff we've done to it at this point. But like I said before, none of it was very expensive. It's just a lot of labor in this one. It looks nice enough, but at the same time, it's still in its working clothes. So if I want to keep new projects coming in, I need to sell some old stuff once in a while to get some more money to buy the new. I'm going to finish up this Farmall M pretty soon, and we're going to put this up for sale. That's a really nice tractor now that it runs well. No rust on that one at all. And then, I hate to say it, but I am going to put this one up for sale. I've already got a Ford 960 that I use all the time. I would love to keep this one, and honestly, I'd probably leave the box blade on this one because the tractor is powerful enough. It's got enough horsepower that you could use this blade with very well. I think it would really dig in, and the blade would really work well with the tractor of this weight and horsepower. Anyway, I can't keep them all, so we're going to put this Ford 960 up for sale, and I think somebody's going to get a really nice tractor out of this. Thanks everybody for watching. This was a fun project for me. Check out antiquecarsandstuff.com. That's the online store. That's how I help fund the channel. Hit the like button, hit that hype button, that new hype button. That really helps too. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing that. I've always got something around here to tinker on. Take care out there, and I hope to see everybody on the next video.